Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Beef, where we not only talk about everyday problems, we talk about everyday solutions. And we have been on a roll. James.
We're killing it, man.
We're killing it.
Got a good handful in a row. We
We do. We even have like 2 episodes in the can.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, waiting
just in case
waiting to release.
Just in case we can't meet 1 week or something like that. But that hasn't happened yet. Like Thursdays, this is beef day. This has become my new favorite day of the week.
It's 100%.
Is it for you too?
I wake up, I take a look at my background, I see if I can adjust anything. You know, I think I finally got like the mic situation worked out a little bit. We'll find out when you listen back. Yeah. But you know, it feels I get excited for it. For it. And today I'm blessing you and all 8 listeners with my sick voice. Oh. So it's a little bit more of kind of like a Barry White kind of soothing.
That sounds good.
Different sort of voice for everybody. So yeah.
I thought you were like going to go religious on me. I'm blessing you with like what? What is it?
No, not. We're not there yet.
You're gracing us. But I get it. So a couple of updates. So this is for everyone out there. We like James and I just like to meet every week, but now like hit record, so we do it
right away.
More interesting that way. We don't want to miss anything.
Haven't seen Bob in a week, and here we are talking.
So, but okay, so a couple of updates. Number one is, how last week I tried a new tool, which we're doing again today. I'm giving it another try, but I want to make sure I give you an update on what happened, because we told our listeners that, if all goes well, you're going to see different editing and different whatever else. And I was kind of going back on my statements on AI and saying this tool is full of AI and maybe I was wrong and maybe AI is going to be great.
Right.
I wasn't wrong. I was as it turns out.
I was not wrong.
Yeah.
Saw that coming.
What happened was, we finished the recording, and in this case, it uploads the recordings, and it uploaded to the cloud. I went to download it from the cloud. Your video wasn't there. Your audio was there. Your video wasn't there.
Which is the best part of what we do, obviously.
Of course, right? So this is like why we use
my
this
video,
thing.
right?
And so I contacted the company, and of course got the chatbot. And now they're naming the chatbots.
I saw that too.
Every time you go on it, it's a different name.
Gary.
So it makes it feel like you're chatting with a person, but you're not chatting with a person. So you realize eventually that you're not, because it's not helping you. And so that's exactly what happened. So, so after that, then someone actually did get back in touch with me and said, we had a problem. Okay.
Oh, it was all on them. Okay.
Yeah. But the problem with that is once you have a problem with the video, like you can't get that back. Yeah.
You can't recreate that magic. No.
So they said, well, the good news is we always create a backup, so you can go and access the backup. Well, the backup is like this low quality, terrible thing that's worse than the stuff we were doing before. I'm like, whatever. Anyway, I got an email then sometime later, and they said, it's fixed, so go and try and download it. So I downloaded it, and do you think it was really fixed, James? Just kidding.
No, I don't. I think I'm guessing 3 or 4 times before you got something decent.
Finally, I got something. And then, I downloaded it. But then once I downloaded it, it's supposed to like automatically, through the magic of AI, sync up the videos and give you, final. No, like nothing like that at all. So in fact, it synced the videos up, but the sound was off. So it was literally like, hey, James, how are you doing? Good. How are you? Like, it was so ridiculous.
It was like one of those old kung fu movies, right? When the lips didn't match up to the speech.
James, how you doing? Like, it was ridiculous. So then I had to go through this elaborate process of trying to figure out where the actual sync was. And there was like some audio that leaked through the headphones that allowed me to hear where you were supposed to be. And then I had to resync everything up, did all that, got it. It took me hours. Literally editing with the Zoom thing was like 10 minutes, right? This took me hours. And no AI actually entered the building at all, and nothing helped me. And it was terrible. It was just absolutely terrible. So So stupid me is going to do it again.
Of course, right? Of course you are, because you're Bob.
Because I'm Bob.
You know?
Yeah, you're saying.
And there's a part of you. There's just a little part of you that got a lot of satisfaction out of making that work in the end.
Well,
right?
Oh, sure.
You may have spent hours doing it, but you love it so much that as much as we talk about it and we talk about how it was bad service and the product wasn't working and all these things, Bob loves doing this sort of work. And once it was lined up,
now
there's a little bit more.
And there's like this little part of me that says, maybe it was me, even though I clearly know it wasn't.
That's the Italian guilt, but
that's the Italian guilt, right? And then
that happens to us every day. Right?
And then maybe if I can get it working and it was something that was crazy, then maybe it will help us. And so I'm giving it another try. But so far, I wasn't wrong about AI. So that's update number 1. Okay. Update number 2 is I'm so glad you got this mic working.
Yeah.
Well,
you like it?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you why.
Hey, tell me.
First of all, it looks great. Sounds really good because the Yeti picks up everything, right? All the noise in the background. But there's another thing that was happening. You'll see it when you.
What the heck was I doing this time?
That mic is so sensitive. You went into this hello, everybody. How are you?
Sweet.
How's everything going? And
more of a sultry voice.
Yeah, it was and you were so subdued. Like normally we're like, you're like, so yeah, Bob, that's right. So my wife, when I'm editing this on the couch, right, she's sitting next to me. She likes to listen to the, and so she's laughing because she's like, I'm expecting him to talk about sweaty balls. That Saturday Night Live skit.
Yes.
Yes, we're going to be here with it.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
That thing sucked the energy right out of you.
Wow.
I may be over-exaggerating, as I tend to do, but I think that's what happened.
The good news is, even when these things happen, we still post them.
Oh, yeah.
So if people want to hear it and people want to judge for themselves, go get it. Get after it.
It was a good episode. It was not like that. It just wasn't, you weren't your normal, I don't know, something about that mic.
Sort of,
yeah. It was definitely in the second episode that it happened. It was more like, wow, this James is being so serious, just kept going.
It's not like James at all.
Yeah, it's not like James. You know what? It was like, these were real beefs. So I'm like, wow, this must be funny. Okay, so that's update hilarious. Number 2.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you one more update, then I'm going to stop talking. Well,
no, keep going.
Because you're sick, so
take it over
the
for
show.
Me. Come on. Let's go.
This one you'll like, though. So this goes back to, Nora. We're on the couch and we're editing. And so once I'm done editing, I listen back to it. And she likes to listen to it. She likes the show. She's a fan.
Yeah, so does Jen. By the way, that's 2.
2, yeah. Not that they subscribed or anything, but they definitely listen to it.
I want to watch this one. Yeah, I want to listen to it.
Well, I say she likes the show. I'm not so sure. I think she likes you on the show because here's what's going on. So Nora will talk to the TV, right? Like when we're watching TV, she's the kind of person that just randomly has a conversation with the television. The TV's going on.
There's a lot
and she's like, oh yeah, right, that's true. Yeah, this kind of thing.
That?
Yeah, right.
Why are you doing that? Yeah.
All right, so we're talking, bantering, and I notice that every time you say something, she's like, yeah, that's right. She's not even thinking about it, right?
Nora. Yes, Nora.
And then so I'll go on, and then you say something, and she's like, "Yeah, it's exactly right, exactly right." And I'm noticing she's not saying that at all for me.
Love that.
Now,
I love that.
Even though we're totally agreeing, it's not like we're having a disagreement, but she's doing that with her, and I'm like, so I finished the thing, and I'm like, "Hey, I couldn't help but notice."
That you agree with everything James says.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're saying the same thing, so I know you're agreeing with both of us, but you're acknowledging James, and she's like, I am? I'm like, yeah, you 100% are doing that. And she's like, oh, I didn't even realize I'm doing it. And I'm thinking it's because she's learned to tune me out completely. So I think to her, the show is just you.
I mean, it could be. I mean, it very well could be because, you live with her every day. You wake up with her every day, those sort of things. But maybe I just sound more compelling.
I mean, I don't know.
Maybe that's it. Maybe maybe it was the low talk.
It could have been the sexy voice. I think it was just like the James show with some garbled Peanuts adult voice.
But here's the question. Here's the big question, Bob. Does she watch the videos or does she listen to the
just
pods?
Listen? Well, because I'm watching the video and she's she's not right over my shoulder because that would drive me nuts.
Gotcha.
She's like on the other side of she's on another chair or whatever, but she's listening.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which she doesn't have to do. Sure. I mean, like that's her entertainment. She listens to it.
Jen does the same thing.
Kind of a good thing,
As an episode
right?
comes out, she puts it out. She actually puts it on the TV.
Yeah.
And then watches it. And then,
I mean, I guess it's good.
Yeah. It's good. They enjoy it.
I like it. I
like it. I don't love watching myself back because I do get judgy. We've had this conversation.
Yeah, that's crazy.
On myself and all the other things that go on around me. But I'm glad she likes it. I'm glad she wants to watch it.
She likes it a lot. You're nutty though, man. You're like, I don't, you really are.
I'm nutty.
You're nutty.
I'm nutty.
I mean, I know that I'm nutty, but you're nutty. Because
we have different types of nutty.
Different types
Would
of
you
nutty,
agree?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know that I care as much about, well, of course I care how I look. Yeah, of course I do. But
of course you do.
What makes you nutty is that you look good. So I think
I appreciate that. I really do. It's a psychosis I have. It's a problem for sure.
Yeah.
But I judge, and I feel very good today. And I hope my attitude, I mean, not health-wise, obviously, that's why I sound like this, but I mean, I feel comfortable. I feel the mic is right. I feel like everything's kind of coming together. It's kind of coming together. We're just getting started, Bob.
Oh, I know.
I think so. Real.
This could be something. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what, but I really love it. I think we got the format down, and so it looks good. Your background. I mean, we got it. So this is all good. So that's all my updates. I don't know that I came prepared with the beef, but I could always pull one out of the air for sure. But do you have one? Because this is always a good thing.
I don't have a particular beef right now. No? I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, the one issue I'm having right now is I have kids are on summer vacation.
Yeah.
And they've been a little, it's only been about 5 days that they've been on summer vacation. And now they left and went to the X's and different things. So my wife and I have time together, and just conveniently, we both got sick at the same time that they left.
It's the middle of the summer, man. What do you?
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I had a 30-year reunion last weekend.
Well, that'll do it every time, won't it?
And lots of hugs and shaking and acting like you're going to see people again when you're really never going to see them again. Those sort of things. Yeah. But there's no doubt about it we were obviously there together. That's where something crept in. And
it's nothing like, doesn't look like it's serious, just a cold or something like that. Yeah.
Nah, it's just all respiratory. So, I sound like this. Sometimes I cough, it's just what it is. But for the most part, it's not like you're ready to party with your wife for the next couple of days, which was the plan.
Right.
Instead, we're just.
Well, you guys are good at that, man. I mean,
partying?
Oh, man.
We love it.
You guys are really fun. Like, we're not fun. We enjoy each other's company. Although I thought we did until I see that she enjoys.
Well, she enjoys my company too sometimes.
I think like everybody does. But no, I think we just like to stay in, and even when we get invited out, we're like, we like the people that are invited out, but we're always like, we got to go out and socialize. And you guys love that, though. You go to bars.
I'll tell you what.
Things.
Yeah, we do. We do enjoy it quite a bit. But here's the thing: we love each other's company, right? Yeah. So we're solid, right? We love hanging out together and whatever. And we do like to go out once in a while. We like to have people here. And ever since we got the karaoke set up in the house, there's a lot less reason to go out sometimes. You know what I mean? It's like, let's have a couple cocktails, let's relax a little bit, and we'll blast some tunes. You know what I mean? We'll blow it out a little bit. It's unreal.
This is how fun you are. Is you don't even realize how odd that is to dude. You and your wife do karaoke by yourselves in the house.
By ourselves.
You know how much fun that is? That's like the most fun people on the face of the planet. Who does that?
It's awesome. But what's interesting is that, it's not like people are flocking to like come to hang out and do whatever. Like, it's funny. We had a conversation just last night, my wife and I. It's like, we like having people over,
Yeah.
But nobody ever invites us over their house.
No, because people are antisocial. That's why.
Like, we try to get things going. We're like, hey, come over, just have dinner, just, whatever. We'll hang out, we'll chat. We even played cards a couple weeks ago and it was a good time, got back to Kings in the Corner, which was a great game I used to play with my grandmother back in the day. But we have a blast hanging out with people. We have a blast alone together. We like to have fun. And I'll tell you, man, it's needed. We are a blended family and love them all to pieces. But it adds a lot of stress in a lot of different ways. And when the kids go to the exes, we have a little bit of time together. We need to kind of connect and have some fun. And we like laughing and having a good time and, doing all sorts of things. Whether it's home or out, we're home more these days than we are out, right? It used to be out a lot. But now it's like, it's not only is it too dang expensive, but
like we talked about,
Exactly. But we're bringing fun into the house. So,
but you shouldn't be, you should never be upset of not getting invited places. Because I will tell you, there are entertainers in this world, like people who like to entertain. Mm-hmm. You fall into that category.
I love it.
But most people don't. So
I guess that's right.
Oh, that's 100% right. Like, I don't. Which is why you've never invited me over. Yeah. We just don't do that. We just don't do that. We get invited places and we're always like, oh man, we should do the same. But it's like so painful for a person who doesn't entertain. Yeah. It is painful.
Really?
Oh man, you have no idea. It's painful. Like the thought of it. And I think it's because of, well, maybe how I like everything in place. So the Luizzi's coming over. Forget it.
That would kill me. I'm not keeping anything in place. Right. I'm leaving a cup. I'm leaving a glass on the counter.
You may as well just kill me.
Have a couple of chips. Yeah. But that's why you don't get invited over to my house either, because my house isn't immaculate.
Well, that is another question. Yeah, because I don't get invited to your house, and you are an entertainer. So if anybody should be offended here, it should be me, right?
Well, right. But you should take ownership. Take ownership of the fact that if I invited you over to my house, I would hear about the pile of mail that's in the corner of the counter, or that stool that was out of place, or whatever. Like, I was over your house once. Let's beef about it.
Yeah.
So I'd rather not,
subject yourself to
a night full of judgment. And let's be honest. I have friends that are more meticulous than others.
Yeah.
And I live in a clean house, but I'm not like really pristine, organized, all those sort of things. There's levels of that,
organized is the. It's not like you're dirty. It's, organized.
No. It's just not as organized, right? Exactly. So when we have certain people over, we certainly clean a different way, or organize a different way, or make sure the house is in even better shape. Damn, I just whacked my microphone. You get that one?
We'll keep that in.
But that's the Italian hands just whacking things all around me.
You got to get used to that.
That's the problem. But there's definitely a difference there.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I probably wouldn't. I mean, of course I would judge. But I think more I'd start cleaning it up, and that would drive you even crazier.
No doubt about it. This is a funny story. This is an example.
Overdue.
This is an example of one of those families that I'm really good friends with, right? They live in Florida now. They're not up here, but they used to live in Connecticut. And I actually went to high school and graduated high school with both of them. And then later on, they got married. XYZ. One of them is just like meticulous, like really, really real neat freak, right? Everything's got to be perfect. Everything's got to be XYZ. Come over a couple of times. They come over, they hang out. And apparently when he came over one time, he noticed that the lights in my kitchen, right? I have the recessed lighting in the kitchen or whatever. There was a light or two out, right? And I didn't replace it. I didn't replace it right away. Would have made Bob nuts, made Carl nuts. That's my friend, right? Made him absolutely crazy. Well, wouldn't you know, the next time he comes to my house, he has a full box of lights. Of lights for my kitchen. And he doesn't do anything. He goes, here. And just hands them to me. He goes, this is, I noticed there were a couple lights out. I'm like, I can afford the lights. Like you didn't need to buy me a box of lights.
See, I wouldn't do that to you because I know you well enough to know that would piss you off. That would piss you off.
I had a couple cocktails, so I laughed. It didn't let it bother me. I was like, whatever. But the next day I'm like, what the hell is he doing? Bringing me a box of lights. I can afford the lights. It's just that it doesn't matter as much to me.
Instead of realizing how incredible is it their lights were still out when he came the next time.
Well, yeah, they came over a lot, by the way.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like next
It was
month.
the summertime. They were, it wasn't like 3 months later. The light's still out. No.
But things like that, of course.
It was,
But see, I'm not. You should never be offended by stuff like that, because to me, I'm always just fascinated by it. I wish I wasn't the way that I am. Like, there's so many times I wish I was more like you. I could just let things roll, but I can't. If I saw a light out, that would be it. And well, forget it. I mean, not in your house. I wouldn't go that far. I will tell you.
Yeah.
I would notice it.
Yeah. You comment.
Maybe take a picture.
Take a picture, right?
Maybe
send it to me, pull it up on one of our videos. Beef about it to the entire world, something like that, but nothing serious.
Nothing serious, nothing serious.
No, nothing serious. The ironic part of this whole story, by the way, is the fact that that couple actually organized that 30-year reunion, and I'm fairly certain that the wife of that gentleman is the one that got me sick. So, see how that all came around in a big circle?
They just keep
gift that keeps on giving. Yeah. Gift that keeps on giving.
Well, speaking of hangups, here's another one. This is not really beef, but it's just like goes towards my craziness, but I don't know. It's roughly related, but it was on my mind. We talked about this, not on the show, but that I just redid all my bathrooms, right?
Yeah.
Not by myself. But I did some of the things.
Of course not.
No.
Come on, what did you do?
I'm not
buy
that
the
handy.
towels. What did you do?
I decorated.
I did some of the things. I told them what to do. Come on,
what
Bob.
I did was I watched over the contractors. And made
you were the general contractor. I know.
They did everything that needed to get done. And thank goodness, because believe me. Anyway, that was a whole different story. But so we get these things done, and I can go on about like, there's so many things that, could have been different. But in the end, these guys were great, and the bathrooms came out great. But they were so proud because they put in these new bathroom fans, right?
Okay.
That are like super powerful and vent in the right place. Like before, they didn't vent even to the outside or something like that. It was crazy, right? Yeah. They vent to the outside, which is supposed to do. Sucks the moisture right out. But they're super quiet. Like this is the new technology of fans, super quiet fans. Okay. You turn it on, it's like... Okay. Like this is literally what's in the background.
Nice. I like that. Yeah, that's nice.
Well, this is what I wanted to ask you, because I don't like that. Because now you picture we're in the master bathroom. Yeah. I'm going to the bathroom. I turn on the fan. I want a jet engine, right? So that like nobody can hear my business. Like I want to make sure that, do you know what I'm saying?
Like a mask. A mask.
So the first time I turn this thing on, I'm like, I can't do this. This is ridiculous.
Again, one of the problems you have.
Well, this is what I want to know. Is this me?
But I hear you.
Is it like, would that bother you at all, or would this?
Yeah, you're likely asking the wrong guy. Yes, it bothers me.
It does.
Yes.
Okay.
That would bother me if that was the case.
Yeah.
So I would like something that would mask, because I don't need people hearing my business.
Hearing your business.
That's it. We'll call it hearing my business.
Like I remember. My wife, her parents had a house at one point. It was just kind of a smaller house. It had one bathroom. It was a redone small, I guess a ranch or something like that, whatever. But it had one bathroom, literally right off the living room. No fan.
That's a tough one.
No fan.
That's a tough one.
So we're there for Christmas, and you have to go to the bathroom. And people are in the living room, and you go. It's like literally you have not left the living room. You may as well put a pecan right in in the middle of the living room, because it was the same basic effect. I'm like, that's not going to work, right?
Yeah.
So this, I'm not crazy on this.
This is actually a very interesting conversation that I'm glad you brought up.
Oh, good.
Because I have some bathroom fan conversation and thoughts as well that go on kind of in my house.
Yeah.
Right. So downstairs, our half bath, that's downstairs. We're in a colonial. It's essentially between the kitchen and the family room, right?
Yeah.
And that bathroom fan 1000% sounds like a jet engine, like something's taking off.
Great.
And when you turn that thing on, everybody in the house knows that fan is on. It's a good sort of protector in that fashion.
Yeah.
Now, part of me says, we need a new bathroom fan. That thing is like, Jesus, so loud. The other part of me says, nah, we're good.
Keep it.
We'll leave that. We'll leave that the way it is, right? So that's the downstairs one. So 100% keeping it. We got our bathrooms done. Our bathroom, our one off the bedroom done. God, I want to say maybe 4 years ago, right? Right before the COVID timeframe, but about 4 years ago. And the person who was putting it was a friend of ours, said, hey, I'm going to put in a new fan. And this fan, different, right? It makes noise. It does that, not the big noise, just a little, like a little more probably than yours. Like, it's on, right?
Yeah.
But the one thing that he added to this thing, which he thought was a great idea at the time, was this thing has Bluetooth in it.
Bluetooth fan?
Bluetooth fan. So that if you're like taking a shower or something, you want to hear some music, you play it through the Bluetooth music through the fan.
Through the fan?
Through the fan. The fan has Bluetooth and a speaker in it. Yep, the whole thing.
Oh, my goodness.
I thought it was a great idea, Bob. I thought this is awesome, right? I like music in the shower, enjoyable. I'm getting ready. We're getting ready to go out, as you told everybody. I like to get out. We like to have fun. We're getting ready. Usually, play a little Alexa in the bedroom. This way, we had it right there. Now, here's the catch. The Bluetooth, once you connect to it, right, your phone will continue to connect to it. So oftentimes, it may be like early in the morning and I'm taking a shower and my wife decides to roll over and turn on her phone and start, say, looking at like crafting videos or something like that, like looking at something at like decibel 11, right? And I'm half asleep and I'm in the shower and all of a sudden just like this music just comes out or this sound just blasts out of the fan, scares the daylights out of me. And I start swearing at it because I'm half asleep at the time. So it goes on when you don't really want it to go on, right? It just connects.
Just connects
when you don't want it
automatically.
to connect. She could be downstairs and I'm upstairs taking a shower, getting ready, and boom, it'll just connect and it'll blast that like top volume. Scares me to wit's end.
See, this is no good.
So
I could understand that. And let's say it's not, let's say it's you watching it and let's say it's not crafting videos. That would be worse.
Okay. That was the next part of this. I got to turn off Bluetooth quite a bit. So I got to toggle on and off. Because heaven forbid, I'm watching something I shouldn't.
Just saying.
And something's coming through the fan.
Right.
That's, you know what I mean? Like, it comes through the fan. And it's like, it's never quiet. It's like, it's always loud. And it's like, wow,
I don't need, anytime somebody offers me smart
too much.
stuff,
Too much.
Nowadays, I'm saying no. Because I have, of course, smart everything. And none of it's smart. And it all disconnects all the time. And then the platform gets retired by the company that you bought it from. And then you have all this useless stuff that you have to now replace. And I can't tell you, this is an ongoing saga in my house that everything is smart, but nothing works because all these platforms are there. Talk to one another, everything else. I have this universal remote in my living room, Harmony Remote by Logitech, great big company, right? They decided they're not going to support it anymore. And so now all of my smart devices just disconnected from it one day. And I have no alternatives. That's it. Done. And this is like a big company, That's
ridiculous.
And now I can't get it back on and they're not updating the app. And so you go on the forums and people are going crazy about it. It's like, I don't need that. That's not... if we can figure out how to be consistent with these devices and have they all talk to one another. No, but everyone's got to have their own proprietary platforms and then nothing worse. Anyway, that's not the Bluetooth story, but that will happen with that, right? Eventually that's going to happen.
100%. 100% it will. And if we're just tying this back to a lot of our conversations in the past, if you're a smart device, get intelligence, like learn. How about we talk about AI? We talk about artificial intelligence. How about you up your game a little bit instead of just closing them as a product? Like, how do you update them, make them smarter, make them do better? But no.
It's not going to happen because they want to make money off it.
It's not going to happen. Yeah, for sure.
But thinking about this fan, now there is one application that I could see. I would not want this for the reasons you just said. But one thing that I did do was so in order to have some sound, I bought a sound machine. Whole other thing, because as it turns out, there's no plugs right behind the toilet, so I have to have one that recharges or whatever. And I thought this was a good idea because now I could put on the sound machine. But no, it's like it's got industrial fan sounds and things like that. But the problem with that is, if I go in there and I turn on the sound machine now is like very obvious.
Yeah.
So then there's no doubt like what's going on in there. I'm laying down some tracks because like
sound
Bob's
machine's on. Bob must be really ripping one. Yeah.
And so I'm like, I don't know, but let's put those together and say you can have the sound machine come through the fan.
You could.
Maybe that would like
you
fix
could
my
do
problem,
anything through
I guess,
the fan,
right?
Like I have like the Calm app, right?
Yeah.
I could play ocean sounds through the fan. I could play anything through the
Maybe it's something.
If I needed to. The thing is, the fan isn't quiet. I don't have your problem. My fan is enough sound itself to mask whatever's happening in there,
including the music that's coming out of it.
The problem is random music. Like, if you want to connect to my fan in my bathroom, ask me for permission. Don't just connect.
Right.
Like,
yes.
Ask me. It's not like every other device. Like, if you want to connect to the bathroom fan, say, hey, do you want to connect to your bathroom fan? Not like you connected once and now every time I play music, the fan is the first thing that this thing goes to, because that's, it's worrisome for me. I've got to be a little bit, heads up, cautious about what I'm playing and where I'm connected. And the other thing is, I probably almost had 3 or 4 different heart attacks. Like, literally, it scared me so much. I get. It's one of those things. I get mad, right? Like sometimes you get scared and you just yell out expletives at people, like, just start screaming at my wife. She's like, I didn't mean it. Like, what are you saying to me? Like, turn into a whole new person. I'm just swearing, putting words together that don't belong together. And she's like, I was just trying to watch a video.
Man killed by a crafting video.
Yeah, right. Like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, right?
What does that look like? Oh,
I'm waiting for the day where when I'm going to hear something that maybe a little good for me to hear from her phone, but
nothing. But these small things are the things that bother you. For like I love everything about my bathroom, but this is a deal breaker. Really is, because it causes me to not use the bathroom at certain times, right? Which is exactly the opposite of what it's supposed to be. And I think probably similar with you, right? Like if it becomes enough of a burden, you can be like, I'm just going to go downstairs because I don't want to be treated with crafting videos coming through my,
that's what I do.
Yeah.
By the way, that's my solution.
It's not a good way to go. So I don't know why
have you considered a new fan?
Yes, of course. Right. But it's like, I just got this. It's not a particularly cheap fan, I'm guessing.
I assume not.
Yeah.
Because you pay for quiet.
I didn't even ask for quiet, but this is what they gave me. Like, cause it's, I don't know. But at the end of the day,
would be great. I think it would be great if there was a fan that just always, every time it was on, it just played fart sounds. Like
that'd be fine.
It would just play fart sounds.
Yeah.
And that way, if anything, it was just the fan. It wasn't me. It was the fan.
That would be a smart fan.
Threw them out there, right? That'd be a good
fan.
Just randomly throw them out there.
This is the kind of thing I need, right? I'm like, why are you building fans that are super quiet? That's not what I want in a bathroom. What I want
is a fan. I'm not going to sleep in there.
That's got gas, right?
I'm not going to sleep. What do I need quiet in my bathroom for?
I think we should maybe go into business. I'm not sure that our sales will be great, but you know what it is? It's the kind of thing that people don't know they need until you have a fan that's farting up there, and then you're like, that's right. That's actually pretty good.
Wasn't me, it was the fan.
Right. A list evolved.
It's like a built-in excuse.
It's evolved. But it's an example of like how, I don't know, why are companies
overthinking, overdoing.
Yeah, and it makes me think, like, am I the only one that wants a fan to make noise in the bathroom? Or is it the company just not paying attention to the needs of their customers? Like, I don't know. I kind of think it's the last one, but the latter one, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's obviously the fact that they're not thinking about what the customer really needs, or the customer isn't explaining or expressing really what they need enough.
Yeah, this might not be the thing you put on a survey.
It's not like, the louder fan, I don't think that right off the bat, people are like, you know what? I don't want a quiet fan. Obviously you bought a quiet fan.
I didn't though, but the contractor did, thinking that maybe that's what happened.
Thinking that's where the value is,
thinking
right?
That's a good thing. And I told them, I was like, when they put it in, I was like, I can't hear this fan. They're like, yeah, isn't that great? I'm like, why is that great? And that's what made me think, am I the only one that feels this way? Again, because of all these hangups that we've been talking about, we know I'm a little nutty, but okay. So we definitely have different lifestyles as far as our OCD or whatever. And yet we both agree on this one. So
yeah. And this is totally an OCD piece, right? This is like, I think we're grasping on to, hey, if there's anything at all that like any sort of piece that I could keep sacred in my relationship with my wife to make her at least be a little bit attracted to me as I get older.
This might
let
be
me
one
try
of
to
them.
keep that.
Yeah.
Let me just try to keep it because it can't be hot.
And what's interesting is, we don't,
you know?
we're not hung up. I mean, we've known each other for 35, 40, I mean, whatever it is, we high school sweethearts. I mean, so at the end of the day, like, farting in front of each other is not a problem, right? This is not an issue. Like, but something about going to the bathroom and, there's no sound barrier is, it's off-putting, right? It's like just something that. Well, anyway, maybe we're both crazy. So I don't know if anyone's watching, leave it in the comments. What do you think? Do you want a bathroom fan to make noise or not? Like, we'll do an informal survey to see what people want. Maybe we're completely off on this one, but I don't know. Anyway, that's my beef. So we always have to give a solution, right? The solution is think this one through. If you're redoing your bathroom, think about if you want a fan that makes noise or not, and tell your contractor, or go to the store and see whatever it is that you're doing. If you're doing it yourself, whatever, make sure that you are getting a fan that meets your noise requirements. Because
that's correct.
Because the modern bathroom fans that I'm seeing are not, and I don't know that everyone's going to be happy with that. So,
and consider whether or not you want technology in your fan or not. Think about the implications. Another one, yes. Trust me, think about the implications on that one.
I didn't know that existed. So that's
I just thought it was so great. I thought it was so great, right? And then all of a sudden, the most random stuff's coming through that fan.
Like so many things, right? It sounds like a good idea until you use it. That is exactly not a good idea at all. So, all right. Well, those are good.
Hey, we got there. You know what I mean? A little something. Who knows? Somewhere. Somewhere.
How you feeling? You feeling any better?
I'm feeling great.
Oh, good.
I'm feeling great. Well,
you sound
great.
A little
water, but otherwise I'm good.
Yeah, then we're going to give you a break. I'm going to see how the video uploads, and we'll play with all that. Hopefully it works.
Yeah, good luck.
And we'll update everyone here on that next week as well. But anyway, while we're doing that, don't forget to subscribe, leave comments, tell your friends, let us know what you think, whatever.
I'd like to hear some topics. If you got topics, put them down.
If you got beefs, we can beef on your behalf too. So that's always great.
For sure.
That's always great as well. And while you're thinking about all that, don't forget to join us next time. We'll see you back here on another episode of
Beyond the Beef.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you.